Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of graphing inequalities. This is standard A.3D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 12 of the 2024 released STAAR test. This is a new item type called graphing. And if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we've got a new item type. It's a two-point problem graphing. We're going to select 2 points, right? It says we need to select 2 points on the graph. There's a line that's going to connect these 2 points. We need to choose the line style. So do we want solid or do we want dotted? And then we need to select the solution set. It is an inequality, so we're going to either need to shade above or below. And that's how we're going to show this graph. Now, what is our equation there, or our inequality there? Well, it's y equals, or is greater than or equal to 1/2 x minus 2. Well, this is pretty simple, because think about it. They give it to us basically in something very close to slope-intercept form. What happens sometimes is they'll give it to you in standard form, then you have to solve for y, or isolate the y. But in this case, we could just think of this as slope-intercept form. What do we know about the slope-intercept form? Well, we've got two numbers in here, the m and the b. The m is our slope. It's our rise over run. This b is the y-intercept. That's why it's called the slope-intercept form, because it's got the slope and the y-intercept. That means when x equals 0, then y equals b. So that's where it crosses the y-axis, because x is 0, meaning you're on the y-axis. Well, look, they give it to us right here. It's a -2. Okay, so we can plot 1 point right here. So I've got 1 point there at my -2. And then the slope is 1/2. The rise over run is 1/2. Now, we need to remember which direction is which direction. So then we will say rise means you're going up 1. So I'll go up +1. And then run, they're both positive. That means you're going to the right. So rise is up and down. Run is left to right, because this is the change in y over the change in x. So let's go over to 1, 2. All right, so there's my other point. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to draw that line, or connect. I'm going to draw these two dots on here, and it's going to connect these points here. And so I'm just going to add a few more just to try to make it look like it works here. And so we're going to get a line that's sitting right about there. And then we need to make two choices. Is it a solid line or a dotted line? Well, it is going to be a solid line. We could change it to dashed if we need to, but it's because of this, because it's a greater than or equal to. So if you got a greater than or equal to, or a less than or equal to, you are going to have a solid. And if you just have a greater than or a less than, it is going to be a dashed or a dotted. I've heard it described both different ways. The equal sign just at the bottom of this just means we are including all the numbers on the line. If it were a dashed line, we would exclude the numbers on the line. Now we need to find our solution set. Well, this is greater than, so we're looking at this first part. Greater than means up above. So we're going above the line. And if it were less than or less than or equal to, we would end up going down below the line. So let's do that. Let's plot our points. First, we've got our y-intercept. Our second one is up 1/2. The line naturally pops up. You see why I can cycle between these two, but I do want my solid. Now all I need to do is just push where I want my solution set to be. So you need to select that, and I want it to be up above, and that is going to match what we wrote. Let's see. And there we go. That is our answer.